I strongly believe that I possess these specific dispositions: high expectations, respect for the diversity of others, fairness, reflection, compassion, and advocacy. The I believe that I possess uh, the disposition of high expectations because I always believe in challenging students and expecting the most out of students. Of course, I have to see where each student would stand at. Not every student starts at the same line necessarily, but either way, as a teacher, I should be able to assess where the reasonable limit of expectation is for each one of them, and I believe I would be a teacher to highly expect much from them, just because I want to bring out the best out of each and every student. I also strongly believe in holding the disposition of respecting the diversity of others. I come from a immigrant background. I'm Indian, born and raised here. Doesn't matter what color of their skin, sexual orientation, religion, background, doesn't matter. Everybody deserves to be treated with respect and fairness. Speaking of fairness, the next disposition would be fairness, that I believe that I would uphold, because I just believe everybody deserves a fair chance no matter what. Whether you're male, female, doesn't matter. Everybody deserves a fair chance. That's just common sense for me. The other disposition that I highly value is reflection. I believe a lot of learning comes from reflection. For me personally in my life, that only once after something happened or I experienced something, after reflecting upon it, then I realized, oh, what did I take from this? What did I not take from it? What should I not take from it? And what should I take from it? And this tends to help me learn from my experiences. So I will be a high advocate for that. Honesty, that's a big one. I grew up, my parents always would make sure that no matter what, I'll always say the truth, no matter what. And I believe that every little white lie, we all are guilty of it. We do say it once in a while. But at the end of the day, we have to do our best to not lie and be honest, because that's the only way anything flourishes in a positive light. The next disposition that I would strongly advocate is compassion. I'm the oldest brother of 4 siblings, and I love my family. I love my siblings, and no matter what in the world, I want to be able to show them the kindness and love, and the same I want to do for my future students, because everybody deserves that. And when people feel loved and feel the compassion in the learning environment, then people can be more comfortable and be themselves. The last disposition that I strongly believe in is advocacy. The environment, the society, culture, everything around us always is ever evolving. So we need to make sure that we are constantly learning. And once we learn things, we need to place that into practice by advocating it to higher administration, to anybody who's involved in the learning community. Anything that can lead to the learning and progression of the students' learning and motivation should be said and should be advocated for, which I strongly believe in. The dispositions that I believe that I feel like I would need the most work would be professional conduct, curiosity, and dedication. The reason why I think curiosity would be a hard one for me, just because I'm not necessarily the most creative person in the world. I do like to find new ways to innovate, and I'm trying as I'm going older in my walk of life, in things I do, just trying to be more creative and finding better ways in anything, honestly, that I try to do in my daily life. And I want to be able to get better at that, especially for teaching, so that my students can have a better learning experience. Dedication, I'm not necessarily saying I wouldn't be dedicated to the job, but just like everybody else, I'm a human. I make mistakes. I have bad days. I believe I will, and it's my job to, no matter what happens to me outside of school, to come in with professional conduct, which is also another disposition that I would need to work on, that I believe I would need to work on, because when you leave your house for work, and then once we get into the learning environment, that the focus should be all on the students, and to make them better and leading by example, showing up on time and dressing appropriately, respecting others. These are things that I want to be able to endorse and enforce within my classroom, so that all the students will be able to follow this as well. A professional educator looks like someone who is constantly striving to better and perfect all the dispositions that we have already discussed in this video. I believe that just becoming better at your job each and every day, keeping this mindset and following the dispositions to a T, following your state school standards, all these actions, and the everyday initial intention of doing this and performing this at the highest level is pretty much how a professional educator should look and strive to become.